Right, you know how the craze is to do these sort of additions to beers, which I find very interesting. I've noticed one or two are going on this coconut malarkey, whacking some coconut in, and I've noticed other ones are putting passion fruit and orange peel and goodness knows what. So I'm thinking of doing a similar sort of thing, but I thought what I'd do would be something a little bit different. I don't know whether you'd agree or not, and if you could help me out on this to see if it'd work, because I'd be very interested in your comments. I was thinking of a mash, doing a mash with sausages and a bit of liver and some onions. What's your thought on that? Mash sausages and onions to give it a little bit of how you say, you know, a taste of the exotica. What do you reckon? It's a sort of a Midlandy sort of how would you call it, style, I guess. So your views on that, please. That's a mash, sausage, liver and onion beer. Serious? I've obviously done a lot of research regarding this brew. I've been on Google and that, and there's quite a lot of fermentable starches in potatoes. So potatoes is obviously got to be the main ingredient of this particular mash, for mash, if you get me meaning. Sausages have got a lot of protein in, so and also they've got the little bits and bobs, you know, in the old days where they used to have rats in breweries, and some naughty people would probably throw a rat in. Well, it's sort of giving it that effect, you know, to perhaps not a rat, but in a sausage. Well, I hope not. Any road up, yeah, sausages have got quite a bit of in it, protein. And onions, obviously, you need your onion because you need your alpha acids and all of that. So I'm going to work out the alpha acids before the fried and after the fried, if you know what I mean, the onions. And then the liver, obviously that will add a depth of dryness to the beer, because you need a bit of dryness in your beer and all that. So yeah, so I'm just on Beersmith at the moment, and I'm going to be working out a recipe which you can follow if you want and see how we get on. Any road up, back to Beersmith. Okay, so let's get the show on the road on the old Beersmith malarkey. So let me show you how to do this. You see that button there? You have to press that to start a new one, look. And we're going to call this one Bangers and Mash. Bangers and Mash Mash. With onions and liver. Because I think you're best to be descriptive, so people know what they're drinking and that. Always find that's the best way. So that's what I'm going to call it. Now obviously we've got to add the ingredients, so we'll put that there, look. What we need for a start is some potatoes. So you have to search the what's on here, the malt things on here, look. So we'll put it's come straight up, look. I'll put PO and there it comes. Potato and mash. Origin is smash. Yeah, so let's whack about 2 kilos in there. So we'll whack 2 kilos in there. There we go. Cost £2. That's quite dear. Mind you, it is powdered smash. It'd probably be cheaper if I did proper potatoes, but for this experiment I think I'll keep it at smash, like, you know, the recipe and that. Right, next let's add in some more. So we said liver, didn't we? Liver. Let's type it in. There it is. Look, UK liver. Let's alter the what's it on that, the amount that we're going to put in. Shall I put half a kilo of that in and see what we get? I mean, I've got the ABV at the moment is 3%, so I think I'll put a full kilo of liver in there for the dryness. There we go. Now we need to add the hoppage, and we need something for 60-minute boil. So let's add the hops. You press that button there, look, and type in onion, and there it comes. Look, we've got 3 sections of onions there coming up automatically. We've got onion fried, we've got onion raw, and we've got onion skin. That's the skin, the brownish skin, but that's got a real good bittering, which we need to add at the beginning of the boil. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to make it 50 grams because we don't want it too bitter, because we've got the liver making it dry. So we'll whack that in, and then we'll add a few more. We'll add a bit of raw onion in, just to give it a bit of sharpness, in the flavour. So we'll put 20 grams of that in, and we'll put that in at 30 minute into there. Look, 30 minute. There we go. I think that'll be all right. And then for the final bit, we'll add a bit of fried onion to get the oils in there. You need a bit of oil in there, I reckon. So onion again, just type it in, it comes straight up. Look, fried. There we go. And we'll add, how much should we add in? We'll just add this at the end for the smell, if you like, because onions do smell nice. Fried onions especially. You know, when you go around town at night and you've had a bloody skinful of beer, you've not bought it, you've had it before you go out, obviously, because it's cheaper, bit of home brew, and the smell of onions, beautiful. You know, these burger bars and that, you know, outside and that, brilliant. So we'll whack some fried onions in there, and we'll like a bit, and we'll just put them in at the end, 10 minutes. So we'll put 30 grams of that, alter that to 10 minutes. Let's have a look what we got. Right, according to this then, probably the bitterness is a bit high on there. The colour's not great, but we're looking at an estimated ABV of 3.6, because I wanted a quaffing beer where you can have plenty of it and that, and the dryness should, you know, make it nice. So yeah, so there's your recipe, and I'll leave it on the screen so you can copy it. And how much does it cost? £5. Look, £5, 45 pence. That's cheap. That's cheap, and that's going to make you 17 litres of bangers mash with onions and liver beer. Spot on. So that's about it for this vlog. It'd be interesting to see your comments of how this is going to, you know, obviously come out, because it looks bloody good to me. The ABV might be a bit on the low side for some of you, but to get the real taste and texture out of this beer, I think it needs to be quite low in the old alcohol content. So what I'd like you to do, if you don't mind, if you could perhaps brew along with me. I'll give it a brew next week and that. Obviously you've got to, you know, mince the bangers down. You won't get a good what do you call it, a efficiency. You won't get a very good efficiency, and then you've got to stir it in slowly, like I've told you in the past. Like anyway, look, thanks for watching the old fart, and obviously you're learning a lot as we go along together, and I'll see you in the next vlog when you've all prepared your ingredients so that we can do a sort of, I don't know whether to do one of them live, what's it, hangout thing as we you know, with the meat brew and all of that. Meat brew, we could meat brew with meat. Anyway, look, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my channel and all that, and I'll see you next time I do a vlog in maybe a week or maybe 10 weeks. Who gives a shit? Bye.